In the last video, we stopped when Vishnu appeared in this universe history. Everything that we have spoken about happened in the first 4 billion years of the universe. In the Bulaka, in the universe we're living now, the stars of the third generation emerged, but still there was no life there at that time. There was a time before the religions where these concepts were much closer to the cosmic reality. Ancient cultures believed there were good and bad angels, good and bad gods, good and bad demons. In this problematic creation, there are 3 beings that used to call themselves gods: Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. They have created the other species that live in the Brahmaloka. For now, we'll call these species angels and demons, and we will better conceptualize these species. Angels are the clones of Brahma. Demons are the descendants of Shiva. Talking about angels, they are mostly robotized, and few have managed to evolve to free themselves from the imprisonment of their own bodies. Their abilities to reason are limited. They are powerful if compared to humans, but they do not have the human ability to reason, feel, and they live to serve their Creator's commands. I have written some books about this being, and as I think I have it now. This book is one of them. It's in Portuguese, but one day will be in English. So, this one, for instance, tells the story of one of the first clones who were created by Brahma. His name is Zotandrel. His family, the Andrel family, was created 3 billion years after the Big Bang. The name of the book is The Guardian of Eden, because more recently he was sent to Earth on a mission regarding Brahma's plans for the human beings, but later on we'll talk about it. In this other book that I will try to catch for, let me see. In this book called The Cosmic Drama of Yahweh, I try to explain the fall of the Creator and much more. Part of what I wrote in these books and in others, here we have some of them, is what I have mentioned for you until now. As you can see, it's not easy to do it. It's a different matter of understanding. But let's move and talk about Vishnu as we said we would. Shiva and Vishnu have Adi spirits, and here Adi is a kind of spirit that is different from our spirit, from the spirits who are in the human nature. Adi has a different kind of spiritual nature. For instance, and spirits can occupy different bodies at the same time. Our spirits cannot do that. They can only occupy one body in this universe at a time. When this body that is being used dies, our spirit goes to the internal levels of spirituality, and after some time, it comes back to the ground floor and uses another body. This is what we call reincarnation. But Vishnu and Shiva have different kinds of possibilities. Vishnu has emerged not as a robotic clone of Brahma. He emerged as a demon of Shiva and this made it easier for him to free his mind from Brahma, but also from Shiva, and he did. Vishnu also had amazing powers and created a generation of demons, as the same way Shiva created them too. So the three of them disputed and assaulted each other for a long time, until they all realized they could not destroy each other. The same thing that Shiva and Brahma realized when they had the problem. Now, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu realized the same thing. At this point, they lasted the Brahmaloka, so they could live together. And each generation of clones and demons began to inherit Loka, especially developed within the Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka, different from our Bhuloka, doesn't have stars, planets, satellites. It has only lokas. Each one of the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, had its own loka, and also each generation had its own lokas. In Greek, the name lokas we can call genos or eons. So many mythologies in the ancient past refer to this kind of house, of loka, of geno, where the gods used to live. Now, let's talk about Lila, another strange name, another strange word, but it helps us to better understand these beings. What we can call Lila is a term that means the game of disputes and bets of these three beings. That's right, a game of bets. The Lila started at this point and lasted until around the year 2016. Believe it or not, during some billion years of this creation, while the confusing reality of the Lila was going on in the Brahmaloka, in the Bhuloka, only the generations of stars were sitting and producing complex chemical elements, but there was still no life. There is another book I have written, let me see if I called Primordial Inquisition. Its subtitle would be something like A Time of Bats. I wrote this book to better explain about Lila, about the meaning of Lila, about what Lila really is, and I described how it came to an end. Yes, to an end in about 2016. The shock that some religions will have when they encounter the truth and the faiths that have acted and still act since the beginning of the emergence of life in the Bhuloka is simply unavoidable. If we want to understand who really Jesus is, if we want to understand who is behind the first official contact with extraterrestrial civilizations and extra-physical beings, we need to understand all of this that I'm trying to tell in my books and in these videos. I have to apologize because I'm trying to tell you that my books are this or that. It's not my intention, but I have to say that. This first official contact will happen at any time, at any minute, and even if it takes a long time to understand these issues, they will be addressed sooner or later. I'm talking about the first official contact, but after the first one, there will be many, many more. I'm talking here not about one contact, but process. A process that after many contacts, the future generations, the future human generations will finally have closer contact with all these people. Like I said, it is unavoidable. Religions have a strong propensity to always confirm and confirm the new has no space. Just believing in what pleases you, transferring your requests to God's shoulders, and plus there's a responsibility for everything that happens. It seems to be a criminal behavior, a criminal way to think. It may cause spiritual blindness. We are approaching the end of this video, but in the next ones, we'll talk about how these beings, the Trimurt, the clones, the demons, were responsible for bringing the life to Bullock. This was named at that time the Town Project. We will also talk about Lucifer's rebellion, about the emergence of humans on earth, about Jesus, and much more.